Let's start it off with the NBA All-Star Weekend because it took place this weekend. I have heard, because I was actually at a volleyball tournament all weekend.
Okay.
And I've been pretty dialed into the Olympics. I wanted to talk to you about that later. And I know the NBA All-Star game was actually early and normal because it was on NBC. I heard the game was good. New format. We had the quarters that they played, the multiple games.
Yeah.
The dunk contest was a hot mess. I'll just leave it at like it was a hot mess. It went into the worst dunk contest. And this is from somebody, I used to record it in a VCR. I would set up the recorder and I would record it and watch it over and over. And I used to try to do the dunks on a 9-foot rim. And I was trying to be like, wanted to be like those guys. Some of the worst dunks I've ever seen.
Do you know what's crazy too? You're saying you used to record it on like a DVD or something. I would DVR this thing like 5 years ago when Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine were doing it. And dude, it was a blast. I'm telling you, it's getting worse and it's getting bad quick. And the problem is, it all stems from the same thing we've always talked about. We got to get the stars involved. Like, nobody cares about the guys in the contest. There was a cool thing. You see the three-point thing? Dame Lillard won it again.
Is he playing?
I don't know.
I don't think he's even playing. That's the problem I had with the three-point contest.
But you know what he did afterwards, though? Like, it's going pretty viral. He sent a text to Steph, and he goes, next year, bro, we got to bring it back to life. Me, you, Clay, Alex, Book, and we'll get get a good 8 in there, man. Let's go. That kid Con Kneppel from
Stud.
Charlotte, stud.
They need to do something to infuse some life in it.
Definitely.
All right, the game itself, the All-Star game itself. What'd you think of the new format? Did you like it? Were you a fan of it?
I thought the format was cool. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I'm a big believer in if they just try hard, people are going to like it. Like, that's all it is. I don't think they tried any harder because for 15 minutes they were against guys from the world that they play against all the time. Because, you know, most of the games, I mean, were USA anyway. I thought it was weird, though, that do you see the roster composition was kind of weird?
Yes.
Young pups versus, like, old heads. But it was actually, like, Devin Booker, who's been in the league since, like, 2015, was with the young USA guys. And Jalen Brunson, who's been there since, like, 2019, was on the old team. But ratings came back, and they're doing pretty awesome. 8.8 million, the most they've had in 15 years.
Yeah, and it was an earlier game. Like, normally prime time, you get more viewers. But maybe they got an Olympics lead-in because there was Olympics during the day, and then they re-air that later. So that's a good thing. The best idea I've heard came from a friend of mine, Nick Wright, works with FS1.
Great idea.
He was on with Bill Simmons.
Yeah.
And he was on his podcast.
Yeah.
And he came up with an idea. Great. And I think it is a home run idea.
Phenomenal.
I don't know if we're politically incorrect, though, as a society where we'd actually get away with this. But he said, you know what? If we want to find out guys see them play hard, let's go white players versus black players.
100%.
Let's make it racial. Let's separate them, and let's have at it.
Yeah.
And I think he's 100% on to something. I don't think Adam Silver would touch this in a million years, but I think it would go viral. I think you would see the ratings off the charts.
Yeah.
And Nick Wright pointed out, too, he said they would try hard.
Definitely.
I guarantee you both sides would be playing way harder.
Well, white dudes are playing for respect, right? They have to be there. And the brothers are playing for, like, we can't lose this.
Right.
Like, it's kind of a lose-lose for the brothers, if we're being honest.
Totally.
Because, A, they're supposed to win, so it's, like, not a big deal if they win. And if they lose, God help them. You know, it's going to be a tough one for them.
Think about how, I mean, and also, so you get a little bit of international flair involved too, because most of the white guys are the Euros, like Luka and Joker, and you'd have some of those guys playing, which would be insane.
Well, I think that's been part of the discussion, like, where do those guys fall? Because to me, obviously Luka and Jokic probably look more like us than they do the.
No, they're white guys.
All right, see, I thought
they're
so
100%
too.
white
but
guys.
they talk a lot of times about, like, are they white guys or not? And
I don't know. I think you go by the eye test.
Yeah,
and they look white to me,
hey,
so they're playing.
Hey, think about the foundation for those rosters. You're talking Luka, Jokic. Who else?
Cooper Flag.
We were talking
about Con Kneppel. I don't know if he's an all-star, but
no, he's nasty. Pop him out there and let him shoot. Austin Reeves has had a great year.
Right. Depth would be an issue.
Be a problem.
You know, you'd have the starting five. You'd have to rely on them pretty heavily.
Be a real problem.
The black roster would be much deeper.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it would be really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if Adam Silver pays attention to Nick Wright and Bill Simmons' podcast, but if you want to infuse some life into it, I think it would be way better than trying to come up with new formats and having guys out there doing different things.
Absolute blast. Guys would be playing as hard as could possibly be, man. It would be a lot of fun. The only sucky part is, and you know this is going to be a byproduct of it, is like, I think the sane amongst us can look at it and keep it like on court and fun. You know there's going to be so much racism involved. Like
Would there?
You don't think on social media people are
Yeah,
gonna be
but
down?
who cares? Like, we got to get
Yeah, it
past
sucks.
that.
I get it. I
Because
wish it didn't have to be part of it, but
I guarantee you in the locker room there would be so much trash talk. That's why there would be so much more at stake.
well, the hard part is it's horrible thing that they'd be in opposing locker rooms. They'd like segregate the players into different locker rooms. It's just kind of worrisome.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, they're all buddies. At the end of the day, man, they're all cool with each other, I think. And it would, man, there's no way you. Because look, bro, I'm out there, I've dealt with it in a wide receiver room. Is I just got to prove to these guys that I belong in this room, and that's what Team Caucasian would be out there trying to prove, I suppose.
Right, exactly.
We belong here, guys.
Exactly. Let's go through some of the highlights from the games itself. Again, I didn't watch. You did. Your MVP? Ant-Man. So, young player, one of the young guys, up-and-coming stars of the league. I love the way he plays hard. I think he's more of a throwback, sort of a Kobe, MJ mentality.
Love him.
So, I do love that. Did I see Kawhi?
Kawhi had a monster game.
12 minutes.
Do you know what was cool? Like, and it happens a lot, and the players are like cognizant of this. They usually try to prop up the hometown guy.
Yeah.
And once Kawhi got that hot hand, man, they just kept feeding him and let him do his thing, and he looked like vintage Kawhi, man. He was burying him from everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, he went off for a while, but Anthony, I think, was actually surprised. There's like a clip that went around, like he was just kind of walking, like, I don't know if Malik and them, you guys could find anything. I'm sure, like he was kind of walking around during the announcement, and as the announcement was made, he was like in the screen, and he was just like kind of like, whoa, like I almost didn't see that coming at all, which was kind of like endearing, you know? Like usually these guys are so like, but yeah, Anthony Edwards is everything, man. He's a great like face of the league. He's like you said, man, he's a throwback to the old days. There's like that rumor around that like Michael Jordan is his long lost pop. You've heard that before.
Oh, really?
And they look like
I haven't heard that.
Kind of similar if you like.
You know what he was great in? Did you watch the Netflix movie with Adam Sandler?
He played Kermit something, right?
Yeah, and he was the bad guy. He was like talking all the trash. He was really
awesome.
good. He's got a future in acting. If
he was great for sure.
I thought maybe KD, that's what he was caught checking to see who the MVP was when he was busted on his phone on the court. Now, I hope, was this well before warm-ups or was this in between games? I mean, I see there's a layup line kind of going on behind him, but what's going on here?
Yeah, that I didn't see until we kind of were prepping for the show. I mean, like, guys look like they're kind of in shock. Like, they're all over the court and everything. I don't think they look like they're ready to play. So I didn't really care too much about this. But I think these guys go back in between quarters and probably check their phones.
That's what's insane to me, today's athlete. Like, I do think it's a problem. I think coaches probably have rules on game day. You know, in the NBA, it's hard to enforce those rules.
Sure.
Like you said, I guarantee they come back and check them out in, halftime sometimes. Can you imagine if you were a player and you had a rough first half and you came back and opened up your, like, I don't know what player in their right mind would want to see that, but I guarantee you if they do, there is absolutely nothing that would come from that.
But see, I actually disagree because there's psychopaths like Kobe Bryant or like Anthony Edwards who would go back to, you don't know the guy like a Steve Smith Sr. If he went back to his locker and saw a bunch of people saying, bro, you suck, you're soft. You don't think Steve Smith Sr. comes back in the second half and rips someone's heart from their chest? I think Kobe, Mike, guys like that, they go back to the locker room and they see guys just tearing them up on social media. I bet you those guys come out with a different level of focus. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's me.
So here's the theory is that KD got caught using a burner account. Talking about other players. But historically, he's done that a lot. So people were joking that he was super stressed out there. Maybe he was sending out some tweets from his burner.
This is the first one that I think actually got some legs. Like, I've seen a whole bunch of these tweets. They are foul. They are like real bad tweets, like things about teammates and stuff that you really don't want getting out there. And I don't know. Usually the way they see this is that the guy forgets to switch him over. And like will accidentally tweet from his real account.
Right.
I don't know exactly how that happened, but like some of the ones that came out, they look pretty horrible, like damning to like some of his teammates. And I saw like rebuttals to them too from like players, and I don't know if they were like if they were real or not. That's the hard part about Twitter these days. But yeah, man, that's crazy. That's not a good look if you're KD. It's something. I mean, guys, the hardest part about social media is getting. I actually think he's really good on there when he like engages with the fans. Because he really is like a savant when it comes to hoop, and he loves you get that he loves the game. Probably, and that's what I ask of my players these days, where you don't see it as much. You almost get a feel like the modern athlete doesn't love the game like the older athletes do.
Right.
You can't say that about KD, man. Like there was a clause in Mike's contract. Remember the love of the game clause?
Yeah.
Coolest clause ever, right? That and the love of the game clause to anybody who doesn't know is Michael Jordan had so much stroke when he used to play that if he passed a game on the street and decided, I think I want to get involved in that. It was part of his contract. He's cool. He's allowed to get in it.
Right.
I think Kevin Durant gives me the vibe like that. Like, I think he loves basketball that much. Like, I don't think I did in the beginning. I thought he kind of retreated to the Warriors to get his ring. And now as we get further away from it, I kind of think he really went there just to be part of the most beautiful basketball ever. And I don't know, maybe I'm by myself on that island, but I think he really loves hoops.
I changed my opinion on him when he played with the calf. Remember?
Yeah,
and he
definitely.
played his way through it and then torn his Achilles.
Definitely.
I think a lot of players would have shut it down. I think he realized the opportunity. So he gained a ton of credibility with me. As far as you would see so many players, I'm worried about the money, I'm worried about the contract.
Yeah.
He was worried about winning a championship.
Yeah, totally.
So much so that he put his body on the line and it cost him a season.
Yeah.
I had so much respect for him when he did that.
And what I've come to like about him is we can't complain about the athletes that give you the cookie cutter crap answers and then get mad at him when he answers like a real dude on Twitter. Like, I've come to like it. Like, I don't care. I've had him respond to a tweet of mine before, and you get fried for a day, even if you think you're being sane. All his minions come after you. It's a pain in the ass. Your mentions get messy, but I kind of like it at this point. Like, I loved Jeter when he was playing, but in hindsight, as a media, like someone doing media now, like, what a bore. Everything you feel like I don't know anything about him 20 years later. I can't get mad at a guy for, when he answers with vanilla answers, I'm like, come on, man, everybody knows that. Just say what you really think. And then when this guy says what he really thinks, we can't get mad at him. So I'm kind of cool with his Twitter. I like it. I just don't think dogging on your teammates is the move.
Right. That is definitely not the way to go.